We're heading into European football for the first time. And we're up against Petrokub Hinchesti of Moldova in the first qualifying round of the Conference League. But first, we need some signings. First of all, we bring in a heap of players to try and establish a loan farm for the coming seasons. But among the players who'll be in and around the first team, we've brought in 3 young Belgians in Noah Thijs, Jossada Rudder and Nathan Rooms, 3 South American centre-backs in Jose Mendes, Manuel Reynoso and Renan Carlos, an Argentinian left-back in Baltasar Corbalan, 2 backup midfielders in La Pastica and Agnaldo, a new starting keeper and backup keeper in Ibrahim Cisse and Carlos Kameni respectively, and finally a Brazilian star winger in Kaká. Yep, that's his actual name. We've also got loads of Regen 17-year-olds coming in at various points of next year as they become 18 years of age and therefore eligible for a move away from their countries. And this list I'm showing just kept on growing. But now, it's time for Europe. "19 minutes into the first leg, Petrokub took the lead through Chabotari, before doubling it through Patrashko 6 minutes later. Right before the interval, we got one back, as Kaká took on his man and slotted it in nicely with his weak foot. After the break, neither teams created all too much, but in the 74th minute, new signing Rooms found substitute Sekiri, who found the head of Stullqaku, which made it an easy finish for him to equalize and open his scoring account for the season. The game once again went quiet, before La Pastica got the ball in the 90th minute. He decided to just stand there with the ball and stare into the abyss, which in turn led to Petrokub taking the lead with 5 minutes to go. But in the 95th, Arbner Sekiri took matters into his own hands, as he went full Messi against Bilbao mode before sweating it to Stullqaku, who got his second and our third of the night. So it's basically a clean slate for the second leg, as the first leg finished 3-3. The second leg started with Stullqaku taking the kickoff to Corbalan. After a few passes in the midfield, the ball ended up with Sheu. He played a brilliant ball through to Stullqaku, who put the ball in the back of the net after 17 seconds had been played. What a start! It would take until the 45th minute for something to happen. Petrokub got a corner which got whipped into the back post, where the rudder pushed the guy as he was about to jump up, meaning a penalty was awarded. Galak then scored that to equalize right before halftime. After a few half chances for both teams and a disallowed goal for Petrokub, the Moldovan side took apart our defense in the 91st minute with a well-worked move finished off by Roska. I then naturally went all-out attack, which in turn got punished. Their goalkeeper, Jenner, got the assist for the final goal, as our centre-back Bayrami decided to wait for their striker to take the ball before starting to run. So that means a 6-4 loss on aggregate and no European football for us. As for the other 3 teams in the league who are also playing European qualifiers, Lukajini Kline lost 4-0 on aggregate against Slovan Bratislava in the Europa League first qualifying round. And then they lost 3-1 on aggregate against Slovan Liberec in the Conference League second quali round. Drita got a tough draw in AIK from Sweden in their Conference League second quali round, which they lost 4-3 on aggregate. The champions from last season, Liria, were up against Shamrock Rovers in the Champions League first qualifying round. After a 1-1 draw away in Ireland, they somehow managed to lose 2-1 in the second leg. They then dropped to the third qualifying round in the champions path of the Conference League, as they got a bye through the second round. They once again drew in the away leg before losing 1-0 in the second leg, so no European football for any Kosovan team this season either. These horrible results in European qualifiers means we've dropped 6 places in the coefficient rankings. Other nations around us have done well, and we've done horrifically.
I am in incredible pain.
We started the league season by winning 2 games against Trepka and Lapi, before losing 3-2 to Balkani. We then hit back in great fashion by winning 6-1 against the guys who knocked us out of the cup last season, Velesnimi, and Stullqaku got himself 4 goals in that one game. In the next 4 games, we only picked up 5 points, despite Stullqaku getting another 5 goals. So change was definitely needed. And we have also been knocked out of the cup, by the way, as we collapsed in the second leg against Balkani to lose 4-2 on aggregate and disappoint the board with our performances in the cup yet again.
Sit down! Nobody talk! Sit down!
I decided to change to a 5-back with an attacking left wing back, which means that we basically have 5 players defending and 5 players attacking. We saw some immediate success from that, as we picked apart Veronikeli 74. After a brace from Jose de Rudder, including a deflected handball goal, which just hit him. And yet another brace from Stullqaku. He's now at 15 goals in 9 games, by the way. And he's the top scorer of the league by 6 goals. These performances from the poor man's Lukaku is genuinely like nothing I've ever seen before. The following game, Stullqaku actually missed a pen for the first time ever, I think. Kaka then missed from about 3 yards, but scored this instead 7 minutes later. That wasn't enough though, as we managed to drop points to newly promoted Vustria. Oshegu then scored this incredible goal against Kosovo in the next game, but then ruined it by celebrating like this. Stullqaku then scored to get his 20th of the season and secure the 3 points. In the next game, Trepka89 shocked us by winning the game 1-0 after having over 2 XG while we had 0.46. But the thing they scored from was infuriating.
I prefer to kill him.
Fortunately, we did hit back by winning the next 3 games, as Kaka really turned up the heat. He scored 4 goals in the last 2 games, where one of them was beautiful like this. And another a bit less beautiful. Those 3 wins means we're third, as we're at the halfway stage. There's 4 and 6 points up to second and first respectively, and we have a 4-point gap down to 5th. The poor man's Lukaku is absolutely keeping up his form, as he's 5 goals ahead on the top scorer list, and he scored 2 more goals than he's played games. The following game, Stullqaku got a hat-trick to continue his insane form, as we won 3-0 against Lapi. We then played Trepka at home, where he got off to a flying start, as we scored 4 goals in 11 minutes. That included a brace from Stullqaku, where his second goal came from him pushing 2 defenders away with his aura. In the end, we won 5-1 to secure another 3 points. We then comfortably won 3-0 against Balkani, before barely winning against Velesnimi, where we missed a pen and had 2 goals disallowed. Liria then got smashed. Singh got 2 goals and an assist, Stullqaku got a goal and 2 assists, and the Rudder scored this brilliant header to lob the goalie. As we've won 8 games in a row, we have now overtaken both Balkani and Pristina to be in first. As Pristina just lost to Dukijini Kline, we overtook the top spot. The next game was against Drita. We took the lead early through none other than Stullqaku, as this P-roller somehow went in. Drita then equalized 25 minutes later, but at the hour mark we got a pen, as Drita's Baftiu handled the ball on a corner. Stullqaku slotted it away, and that was just about enough to get the 3 points once again. But there was some sad news as we got back after the game. Harmohan Singh had picked up a nasty hip injury and would miss the rest of the season.
Oh, jeezy pips, man.
We picked up another 6 points in the 2 next games, as we beat Pristina 2-0 and Yelani 3-0. The next game I decided to rotate the team a bit and bring Jose Mendes V2 and Noah Theis into the starting 11. Both of them thanked me for the opportunity by scoring a goal. So those 2 goals plus a penalty goal from Stullqaku meant we once again picked up 3 points. We've won 12 games in a row now and are 4 points clear at the top of the league. The next game, however, would see us drop points for the first time since the 9th of November, as we drew 1-1 with Vustria just like we'd done in October. We still had a 4-point gap though, as Balkani and Pristina drew against each other. We then faced Kosovo, where the Rudder scored after 17 minutes and some pinball in the box. Stullqaku then scored as he'd failed to score in the last game, so then he might as well score now. Then he got a second. And then a third.
You're joking. Not another one?
And despite getting a hat-trick, he didn't even get man of the match. We're now up against Trepka 89, the team we last lost to back in November. It was a very tight game, just like last time, but as Sheu got injured literally a minute after coming on,
You fucking donkey!
his replacement Lapashtika would send us in the lead just 10 minutes later. That would be enough, as we won 1-0 after having less XG than Trepka 89. But 3 points is 3 points. The third last game of the season, we were up against Dukajini Kline. If we win and Drita drop points, we've guaranteed the title. We took the lead in the 29th minute through Stullqaku. 9 minutes later, Poshegu found Stullqaku in space, who in turn played Kaka through on goal, who toe-poked it near post to double our lead. After making a few subs at the hour mark, substitute Kujabi got the ball after a corner and scored a deflected goal to cement the result. We would have to wait and see if we won the league though, as Drita were playing later in the day. A few hours later, we saw that Drita had lost to Pristina, which meant that Rahoveci are champions of Kosovo. In just our second season in the Super League, we've won it. That is absolutely crazy. Another crazy thing is that Stullqaku got top scorer in the league by 10 goals. He scored 33 goals in 30 league games. My guy's out there moving like Haaland.